camera on the tripod. So yes, we're doing a cooking live stream. How fun is that? This shirt, this shirt is a joke, by the way. Okay, some people are like, oh my gosh, they're probably like, why are you wearing a shirt like that? I don't know. It's a shirt that my mom gave me. And I think, I don't know, it just has something to do with having like super dark brown hair to almost black hair, and just always, when you grow up, you know, Middle Eastern, white mix in a predominantly white community, and even, I don't know, there would just always be these men like to be like, we love blondes, people wanting to bleach their hair blonde, and I just always loved having dark hair, and it was kind of like, you know, I don't think boys prefer brunettes. It's just a joke, okay? It's a joke, so do not, like, I know some people are probably being like, what is that shirt? It's about being brunette proud, okay? Because I think, I don't understand, like, why, I think it changed, but I will say, in previous decades, especially in predominantly white communities, or just in communities, I feel like, where you're like Western European standards were pushed, it's like having blonde hair was like praised, but I just always thought dark hair was beautiful. Like, I love dark hair. So this shirt is just kind of a joke. Don't take offense to it. But if you do, I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, it's just a fun little shirt. And we're going to make some food because I finally got started a little late resetting my laptop. To make sure I have things kind of organized the way I like. And this is a cooking live stream. I did decide, this is kind of the sad part, I think that the Canon Rebel T EOS T100 has potential to take really beautiful pictures. I do think that. I think some of its video can be very soft focus and beautiful, but I guess I should have known that your iPhone's the best thing to stream from. Like, it just looks better even than the Canon, because I guess you'd have to, I don't know how much you'd have to pay or research. If you have an iPhone, live streams look good on your iPhone. I think I've known that for a long time though. I think I knew that since I had an iPhone, the iPhone 5 back in 2019 and 2020. But I dropped it. I cracked the screen and ended up getting an Android after that. But now I'm an iPhone girly. We're all iPhone girlies. Even my mom is. We've been like converted her to the iPhone. So I know how to use both Android and iPhone. I can use both, but I prefer the iPhone. I just do. Because I like the iCloud and I just love the graphics, the imagery. It's very beautiful. So yeah. I think you can film and live stream quite nicely on the iPhone, because I did show the Canon that I opened the other day, and I've done a couple live streams on the Canon, but I guess I'd have to sit down, and unfortunately I guess some people were even telling me just on a little bit of a video about it that, yeah, the iPhone is just not the best phone for video. And I probably should have known that before I bought it, but we'll play around with it more, and it was kind of fun having it. Like, I don't know, it's kind of nice to have a camera, a Canon that works a bit better, because I have another Canon, and it used to take beautiful pictures, but it just got so grainy. And I really need to go out and take pictures more. I need to get myself up and off my base to do these things. But that's the plan, Stan. That's the plan. The plan is we're going to do more. I'm actually wanting to see if I'm definitely live, because I'm not 100% sure, and it's hard to tell since I'm resetting my laptop. I have a lot of things going on. I did a mountain of laundry today too. Isn't that fun? I am a busy bee, but I'm just going to go check to make sure I'm live, okay? So you can see what I'm chopping up while I go check. Okay. I'm still checking. I'm checking. Alrighty, Roo. Here I come. Back around the corner. I just wanted to make sure it was actually live, and I can see it's actually live. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that. And I do have to say, I'm also very pleased with how when you brush your hair out for like, I know a lot of people don't want to slowly brush on their hair, but I do love the result because I feel like when you take your time to just kind of comb out your hair, the results are great. And I always say time management, right? But I kind of want to start, I don't know why, sometimes I just always want to clean random things. It's not really a cooking related activity, but now it's going to be a cooking related activity. Ooh, I made it into the dryer. A+. Okay, so washer. So we're going to keep chopping. Just making a nice little salad. Plan anyway. That's my first step. Nice. I ate some peanut butter earlier because I was feeling like, I don't know, my appetite has just not been here. Like the last couple weeks, my appetite went, well, there were a couple days that I ate pretty hearty stuff, but then I just haven't had the appetite that I thought I would have. And I just was like, ugh, I felt nauseous, and I never feel nauseous, and I'm like, I don't know why I feel nauseous, and I think this is my thought about it. I don't like this like overcast, and yes, I know it can be overcast a lot in Southern California. Up in the mountains, it's not. I guess this is one thing about me that still makes me very true to my screen name or my channel's name, California Mountain Art and Life, is that I'm still just used to how it was in the Southern San Bernardino Mountains, where you have like this clear blue sky. And here in the Inland Valley, it's just that you have like a marine layer that bumps up against the mountains, and you just get a lot of like kind of hazy days. And yes, you do get that clear blue sky. And it's funny actually, because somebody commented in a video, like I guess it was somebody, I don't know, several French people. They were so amazed by how clear blue the sky was when I was walking, going on a hike up in Hill the Crooks. But you know, where the sky's even more clear blue, like just beautiful clear blue, would be up in the mountains, like just amazingly, just like crystal cerulean blue, like so blue that if you see a jet stream, like when I used to go on hikes out in the mountains, you would just see the jet stream against the blue sky. It was just so breathtaking, and those are like memories that I will always have, that I will always treasure forever. But I've become to this point that I just want to treasure everything in life that makes me happy. And I know a lot of people, I don't know, they just don't treasure things the way that I do. and I want to treasure things and appreciate life on a level that maybe some people think is corny. Like, I just want that. Like, I want to have an appreciation for life, like, and just know how precious life is, and to feel that life is worth living and good. That's all I want out of life, really. I don't want anything complicated or simple. I just want simple, like, okay? I want very simple life, beauty, good stuff, you know? Now we're getting into my favorite texture, noodles, not noodles, lettuce, cabbage leaves against my fingers. Let's stand that texture, man, Stan. It's an interesting texture to me. It's just a texture I don't love. I guess I should love it, but I never have, and I don't ever foresee that changing, where I'm going to start loving the texture and the feeling of cabbage on my fingers. I just don't love it, you know? Okay, so some parts of the cabbage, because I just kind of let it sit too long. They're trash can city stuff. Well, look, my mom, she has a compost pile. If you garden or you have like a yard, you can have a compost pile. But I just throw it in the trash because I don't have anywhere to compost it. But composting is great. You know, and I was kind of thinking too, like, I know some people are talking about how people shouldn't throw things away and they shouldn't waste stuff, but I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. Like, honestly, like, I think just going forward, it's better that we just don't buy stuff that we don't anticipate, like, using for a long time. I think that's just the best policy, because I know a lot of people think there's always going to be somebody who wants everything. And for some items there might be, but there might just be some stuff that nobody's going to want, and you could donate, and it might not even end up being utilized, and it might end up being thrown out. Like, you don't know. I know people are like, okay, I'm not saying donating things is bad, because, like, a lot of donations are good and worthwhile, but people also, too, donate things that are in really bad shape, and just, like, clothing with holes in them. And I hate to tell you this, but if the clothing's stained or has holes in it, just throw it out or recycle it. Like, find another way to recycle it. Don't give it to the Goodwill or wherever, because if they don't sell it in a U.S. store, a lot of times it's getting shipped overseas, and it's becoming like waste in African countries, because they sell it in bulk to African countries, and then clothing dealers go through the clothing to see like what is usable and what's not usable, ends up cluttering up their landfills. So I'm just like, I know people are like, well, donation and but also too, a lot of these places, like these stores, they have really marked up prices for things that are used, and a lot of stuff is like the sheen quality, which people like to roast other people for buying things that are sheen quality, which is kind of hilarious, because, you know, a lot of the stuff that's sold on Amazon, in department stores even, isn't always higher quality. People just like are under, unless you know like the person that's like personally making your clothing, unless you can track down every part of that clothing creation, it's hard to say where the clothing was made, or if it, I just think people have a lot of errors about like thinking that they have more sustainable fashion than other people. And I think this is my solution to that. I don't know, my clothes last a long time. This shirt, I'm gonna floor you. Did you know I've had this shirt since 2004? Like, I don't wear it every day or anything. I don't wear it every day. Like, I wear it once in a while. I haven't worn it much at all, really. But I've worn it enough that I've washed it quite a few times. And it's held up. Why is it held up? Well, because I wash. Oh, that's so weird. That's so weird. The tripod just moved by itself. How did it do that? I don't know. That's weird. That is so strange. But anyhow, just wash your stuff on a gentle, delicate cycle and hang it to dry. And I think a lot of people think clothing, and then I don't understand too, like, why people like put their clothing in like dressers. Why don't you hang all your clothing vertically? That's my thought, because then you can see everything. And I have donated clothes before, but I also was cognizant of how not all clothing donation ended up the way that I thought it was, because I think people want to think that anytime they donate something, it's just going to go to like this good use. But if it's not in good condition, it's like damaged, water damage, any of that, it's going to have to be thrown away. Like, be honest with yourself about what you donate, and if you don't want it because it's not in near perfect condition, why do you think somebody else is going to want it? Like, yes, there might be people in extreme need that would want an item, but to me, okay, the thing that I think is the most renewable, to be honest with you, is just choosing to make your clothes last forever and not get rid of your clothes every 6 months. So maybe the people that say if you haven't worn it in 6 months that you should get rid of it are the ones creating the waste and not. I just don't understand, because I still have clothes that I've worn for years and they're in good condition. I just don't agree with all these people that say it's fast fashion, because there's also greenwashing, okay? Just don't fall for everything you hear. Just because someone said it doesn't make it gospel, you know? I don't know. But those are just my thoughts on that. So I make things last a long time. I don't cycle through clothing every 6 months. I try to make my clothes last. Anyway, those are just my thoughts on it. I don't... So I just think people have a lot of opinions on everything, and I guess I have an opinion on it too, but my opinion doesn't quite always mirror the more popular opinions on the subject, I suppose. I don't know what to say about all that. It just doesn't. Don't want you to fall on the floor. Anything that falls on the floor, I will wipe up later. Like, I usually get up and wipe it. I don't know. I'm just going to wipe it later. I will. No. Want the cabbage leaves on here. All in bowls, please. In bowls for me, please. So this is the work that goes into actually chopping up a salad. Like, it's still at the end of the day, I need to make time for everything. I just need to make time for everything under the sun. I still believe that it's better, and this is just my little baby opinion, like, you don't have to agree with me, it's better to have a cabbage or lettuce that you chop up. Like, I don't know, I don't really love salad out of bags, or even, like, I like to chop up whole vegetables. Like, I still do love that. I do. Is it growing like a sprout within it? That's interesting. It's like sprouting inside. Interesting. Yummy. Hi there with the shiny coat. I'm gonna stick these in the fridge as I chop. I did finish that peanut butter though. Yeah, I did. There's a little bit left, but no, I ate a lot of it, so I'm gonna throw that out. Yeah. That was what I decided, you know? This cup has been in here for a few days. Uppy up. That. This is the thing about hair this length. I do have fun with it, but like some of the ends are still shorter than others, so it kind of pokes out, even though, I mean, I don't have layers per se, but it's just the way that the haircut is. I always think that's kind of cool, like, or funny, just kind of amusing. Parts of it poke out here too, that piece kind of, but you know, anyhow. I think that's one reason I would never want lots of layers, because if you like to braid your hair, you get all this pokiness, and I don't like that. So I think if you like to braid your hair, like, okay, I just feel like there's two types of people. I think there's people that like to wear their hair loose, and they love layers because they want volume, and I don't know, like, volume's great and all, but for me, like, I've never, like, I do like volume if I'm having my hair loose and I'm brushing it, but honestly, like, it's not the most important thing, and their definition of volume is more like, I don't know, they want it high, like real high hair, and I don't know. For me personally, I just want to braid my hair. I just think it looks really nice when my hair is braided, and I feel like super myself, you know. It just makes me happy. Okay, so this is still why it's a better deal. Like, okay, so I ended up buying an organic head of cabbage. It just tastes really good. But, and I know it was $4.99, but you get so much more out of it. And yes, it takes time to cut it up, but I do love to chop when I finally get around to it. I just am like, I need more time. I'm just not one of those people that can prioritize cooking, like, after I've been gone all day. I really should. I was for a while, but like I said, I just was kind of prioritizing sleep because they were always like, you need to sleep more. So I was doing this thing where I was trying to sleep more. But when that happens, I end up not, I don't know. I just like to do everything, to take my time doing it. I'm not one of those people that loves rushing. Like, in our society, people love to rush and they love to do things quickly. It's just not my cup of tea. I like to do slower things. I like the slow life. It's when I'm the happiest, you know? I mean, there's certain things I do like to get done quickly, but in general, I do love the slow life. It makes me the happiest. Nice, small, bite-sized pieces, so it's all palatable to me. I hate big pieces of anything, you know? I just do. I like it tinier, so. Now I'm going to be up against that texture because everything's kind of small and I want to get it, I don't want to waste it, but now I'm going to have to deal with the texture issues where I love vegetables, I do, but I just hate the texture of what vegetables. So much. It's just like it really, it's not it. I wish I was more okay with like textures and whatnot. I just really hate it. I hate it. I hate it. So I think I got a lot of it off. I went off my cutting board today. And that's part of my salad adventure. And I get my trusty little, I'm trying to pick up some more lettuce that fell, but at this point, we just want to get washcloth a little wet, kind of. Rinse the washcloth off. Squeeze them out. Just making sure we don't have any vegetables in the washer. You know, trying to get it nice and properly cleansed. The restart point of the laptop is now at 81%. I'm like, okay, I guess that's progress. Okay. Rinse off. Don't see my knife off. Don't see my knife off. Rinse, 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 rinse. Give them a nice dry. Dry down the counter. Wipe off more stuff off the counter. That's the great thing about an aerator. It's really good for getting stuff off things. Okay, I'm just going to kind of dry it off a little bit. Okay. Alrighty, Rose. Let's see. So, this is what I'm gonna do. I need to find a lid for that. A lid, my friends. You know. Have you ever heard put a lid on it? Okay. I will put a lid on you. This must be one of those lock and locks. What is it? It's kind of like. Does it say it's lock and lock? Snapware. It's not lock and lock. It's snapware. It's one of those little things that my mom always sends with me or sends to me when she makes lovely little things for me. I love all her lovely little creations. I do. We have meters. What else do we have? Let's explore. Rich world. Radishes. Really neat. Let them pull down. Let's see. Radishes, tomatoes, broccoli. Yeah, an assortment of whatnots. Okay. Uppity I go. Up. Here I am. I'm back. Okay. So I think I'm gonna do the tomatoes next because I pulled them out. I'm gonna get them on point. I thought I had more tomatoes as well. Maybe I should off the others. I'm not really sure. That was fun in the sun. Cute little Disney Pyrex container. Alrighty, Renevru. Alrighty, Ruse. Let's give them a wash. 1, 2, 3. And here we go. Alrighty, Rue. Ready, Freddy Eddie? I'm ready. Okay. Another rinse session. Complete. Do 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 da 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 do 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 da 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 da. Look, it's a bowl filled with little tomatoes. How lovely. Alright, in the fridge you go. Because I like to set the veggies in the fridge as I'm chopping more vegetables just to keep them chilled. You know? That's my thought process behind that. Nothing too deep about it. Okay, so here is another cute little Disney Pyrex. I love my Disney Pyrex. I think I'm going to take my sister's Disney Pyrex from Costco. I'm going to ask her to give it to me because I know she doesn't cook. I'm like, if you ever use them. Oh no, they just had it in the box. Okay, give them to me. You know, I cook. I think she thought she was going to use them. Unless, I don't know, maybe she'll use them one day. We'll see. But I gave her my air fryer. So, well, I have this new one. It's not brand new, but it's like it's a nicer model than the one that I've had. Like, it's bigger. It does more things. Like, I guess it even makes a roast or something. Like, I would not be making a roast with an air fryer, but hey, for those who want to do that, it does that. The lighting in my apartment has got a problem. I need to put in a maintenance request because, yeah, the good thing about living in a corporate managed apartment is they actually want to fix stuff. So that's why, I think that's another reason I've stayed here as long as I did, is because they actually ask you what they can fix. It's lovely. It is so lovely. Like, you don't have to worry about, like, people not wanting to fix things, because they actually have surveys where they ask you, and it's just the ideal situation. So I know a lot of people don't like, there are certain corporate things that some people are like, this isn't good, but corporate managed apartments are the best you'll ever live in, because they actually, like, they were like originally created for like working professionals, and they have a vested interest in providing good customer service and maintaining their properties. Rent's gone up a lot in the last few years, but actually one of the good things about these ones, it's pretty comparable to other like apartments, and they fix stuff. Like when it breaks, they don't charge you to like replace lights and stuff. I think they charge for certain things now that might be damaged by the person who lives there, like more intentional damaging, but just for basic wear and tear, they don't charge you like to replace lights, and they actually want to, and they call you every like couple of months. I think they might even call once a month. I don't always check my messages, and they're like, is there anything we can fix? Like, they have a vested interest. They have community events. Like, there's a lot of benefits to living in a if you are gonna rent, I highly recommend corporate managed apartments, because they have a vested interest in fixing stuff, and therefore, like, they basically were created, I think the idea behind them, for long-term business rentals and whatnot. You know, like, there is a market for that. And then near universities, a lot of students live in these apartments, but yeah, they're nice. Like, I like living here. I have stayed here for the longest time because it's pretty nice. Like, I think my unit's kind of funny though, because I think the other ones have been upgraded to like the actual like granite tile and the granite countertop, and I don't have that. And I think now the apartments come with a microwave, but I didn't want that anyway because I have my own microwave, and I think they might charge you if you wanted those upgrades. But when things just broke over time, I would say certain things haven't been replaced yet. My refrigerator is probably still from the 80s. But my oven got replaced a few years ago. My washer and dryer got replaced. So I have like, the dishwasher got replaced, so I have new appliances just from having lived here for so long without, I don't know, I just like renting. I know everybody's all about buying, but eventually one day, the plan is I will have a house, like years from now, but I don't want that day to come, so I've never felt like, I don't feel like any pressure to buy a house, you know, unless I make a lot of money or something. But like, I know, like, because I used to feel that pressure, but then one day, like, I talked to my family, and they're like, well, we want to give you our house, like, well, I don't ever want them to pass away, but that was the plan. So I'm like, and that by then, I'm probably older, so I don't know. I just don't want that day to come, so I put that idea out of my mind, you know. I think about it, but I want to think about the best outcome, you know. So, anyway, I'm happy renting. I know a lot of people don't want to rent, but I don't really think buying a house is better necessarily if you want to stay in California. Unless you just have a lot of income where you can afford to buy a house, and kudos to you, you know? Well, I have thought, though, the only other thing I'm thinking about, maybe not buying a house, but I did consider getting, like, a mobile home, but I thought about that for a while, but I decided not to do it, because then you will have to make repairs yourself. Yeah, so anyhow. cleaning off my radishes. I do like radishes. Right. Yummy, yummy. Let's eat a radish. Nice. They're very yummy. Okay, ready? Ready, Freddy, Eddie. Let's do some radish cutting. Ooh, I love a spicy radish. It's delish and nutrish. somebody stopped to Pachi just because I was dancing and singing. Go away. People are so silly. So silly indeed. Okay, so on a cooking live stream, do you know who the guest is? It's the food. Yes. I don't have guests, but my food, well, sometimes I have guests. Occasionally on the hair channel, I do an occasional person interview. But on this channel, the guest is the food, okay? The food is the guest, yeah? That's very silly, but that's just how I feel, kind of. So, we're getting closer. Lettuce. Now, I think I'm going to put onions after this. That's funny when people, like, they're all offended because I go, do, 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 and that bothers people. It's like, okay, whatever. Like, you're good watching cooking until somebody starts dancing. So offensive. Oh my. Apparently, they have the footloose category. Because, you know, there used to be, like, certain, like, the Methodists didn't believe in dancing. They thought it was bad. Like, you literally couldn't dance and listen to music in Methodism. Like, it's not allowed. It's verboten. Oh, no. There's some people dancing. What are you gonna do, Edgar? Naughty, naughty. Those people are so naughty to dance. Dancing is a very naughty, naughty thing. Oh, I still have some soy ginger sauce. You don't use up. Okay. Hi. All right, so let's see. Trying to see. I know I have a little bowl that I can stick them into. Or a big bowl. A nice big bowl. texture thing again. I'm just like, I love veggies, but I just hate the texture of wet vegetables on my fingers. I just hate it so much. I'm never gonna love that texture. I should, but I just don't love it. I'm just never gonna love it. Okay. Boop. No, I was supposed to get another bowl for them. Well, I will do that shortly. trying to get all pieces up. This is good. Alrighty, Roo Night Roo. Here we go, spaghettis. I feel like, okay, we're getting closer to making falafel. Well, it's a packaged falafel. And if you don't like that, oh well. I'm still making it. I'm making falafel. It's good enough. And I decided I kind of like that packaged falafel. I could make falafel from scratch, but, you know, honestly right now, I don't have time for that. So I do, but I don't, okay? I mean, I'm finally getting around to cooking after many, many days, so I should cook more often like I usually do. Like, that's my plan, Stan. That's my plan, okay? So what I'm going to make first is my tahini sauce. I need my tahini dipping sauce. Okay, so I'm going to get my blender buddy plugged in. And this is what I need to do. I have my tahini. And I have some water. Filtered water. That's okay. I don't filter water. I'll filter water later. I'll just do some tap. I don't care. Honestly, I know some people are like, oh my god, tap. Oh well. Today that's what I'm doing. I'll be fine. I'm not gonna taste it in the tahini dipping sauce anyhow. Flavor packet because it doesn't have any salt in it, so we want salt. You can add this. Can I punch you? Oh gosh. I know tahini doesn't usually have like a soy flavoring, but you know what? I'm making my own rules today, okay? Whatever. You don't like it? It's like a ginger dipping sauce that went with the but I never use all the dipping sauce that goes with the spring rolls that I get for the air fryer at Costco. So I'm using it tonight. Using up the last of this tahini. I need to buy more tahini, man. I really do. It's definitely something that I need to do for surely. Put more lemon in it. Okay. I need a spoon to kind of stir it up. Maybe I don't need to puree it. Maybe I can just stir it in here. That's kind of what I'm thinking. I don't need to puree it. Just stir it. That's what I'm going to do because it always wastes so much of it when it goes in the blender anyhow. What if you just stir it up? Be your own blender. I'm gonna pour it into a bowl. That'll be easier. Okay. Ah, no! Scrape the bottom. Scrape. Oh. It's a lovely texture. Get off the spoon. Off the spoon. Come on. You know you want to get off. Ugh. Scrape the rest of it off. Yeah, I don't know, because I feel like I always waste so much of it when I blend it and puree it anyway, so why not just do it this way? It's a great idea. And I don't waste as much. You always have the tahini sediment at the bottom. See if I can get any more out. I ate some tahini on a bagel the other day. I put probably more than what some people would be like, and it really satiated me. Maybe that's another reason that my appetite was low, because I ate so much tahini. Okay, between those two guys, I feel like you kind of get it out. This, I don't know, I always buy the tahini, but I say it's not my favorite tahini. It's just a tahini that they sell. And I know a place that sells a tahini I like better, but I need to actually go buy it. Actually, you could just make your own tahini with the blender and sesame seeds. It's just a little bit more work. Let's see if we start stirring you. Can we clump you up? Can we? Because I know I like you being. You just break and don't break it up. You need a washcloth. My little baby hands. Yes, I do. I think this is better than the blender because you're not wasting the tahini. And you know what? It doesn't have to be perfectly. I mean, you just need to take your time pureeing it. Kind of emulsifying it. Still a lot of lumps in there, but I think if you just take your time, kind of emulsifying it, this is such a better way. Why haven't I been doing it this way? It's better. Just put a lot of arm work in there. Still a lot of bits. I want to just give it a little taste. I like it. Like a lot. It's like scraping the bottom of a tahini bowl. Have you ever done that? I know if some people are mortified that I use a spoon that I was stirring it with to eat off of, I'm not serving this to anybody else. I just eat it by myself. So that's the great thing about living alone. It's not like anybody else is going to eat any of this food. Only I'm eating it. So that might horrify some people, but seriously, I'm eating it by myself. This is a single girl Middle Eastern feast. So, as a single lady, I don't have to worry if it took me a long time to get okay with that too, like, because my sister was still living with me up until July of 2021. So, I don't know. But I don't know when I finally just started being like, hey, nobody else is eating the food, so you can actually, if you want to test the spoon, you don't have to get another spoon out. If you don't want to, you know? I'm going to take another little taste test of it. I know. I ended up getting a lot of the tahini sediment. It's so tasty though, guys. If you love tahini, it's good. Okay. Could use a little bit more lemon. A little bit more lemon juice. Yes. I say more lemon. You don't even need an immersion blender. You just need your patience and a spoon. You just keep stirring and stirring and stirring. And eventually, if you just keep stirring and if you feel it in your arm, you know that you're doing a good job. I think I'm going to put everybody aside for now, okay? Because I'm going to start making my tahini, okay? That's what I'm going to start next. Put you aside. I need to rinse my fingers and hands off. Oh my gosh. I love tahini. I really do. Even if this is not my favorite tahini, I just feel like I need to get more out of the bowl though. It's so good. Yummy tahini. That's so good, guys. Oh, wow. I feel like I could just eat that by itself. That's the problem, man. You can't just eat a whole bunch of tahini by itself. I mean, well, you could. But, you know, it might not be a good idea. Okay, so here is the falafel mix that I like a lot. It's just Knorr falafel mix. I like it just because it's not like, okay, so let's see. How did they say to mix it again? In a large bowl, combine 1 bag plus 1/3 cup. Okay, so let's see, what did they say? I need my scissors. Should I just open it? No, I need scissors for my falafel. Okay. If you walk, you always need to watch. Watch out for yourself, man. And you know what? I'm not going to stop walking because I don't drive, just because there's weirdos out there. But, cautionary tale. Saturday morning, I was walking to work. This guy stopped 2 times trying to make me talk to him. And it was so creepy because the first time, I'm always very aware of my surroundings. Like, I was looking around and I saw this red car. And I saw it slow, and you can tell like when cars are slowing to make a turn or whatnot. And then it turned around and he was like, hey, do you want to ride? And then he started screaming, hey. And the thing I didn't like was if somebody keeps walking, they obviously want you to leave them alone. And when he screamed hey at me like that, it freaked me out. And then I saw him again, almost all the way to my location. Creepy. I don't know. I don't even care if you're like the nicest person on the planet. I didn't want to look at him. I just kept going. And I just said okay. And I shouldn't have even said okay, but I just kept going. Because for you to come around a second time, like, first off, it was 6:25 in the morning. And then the next encounter with him was like at 7:03. And I'm like, wait a minute. Why are you out? I mean, I get it. Some people are out doing things that early in the morning, but he wasn't like at the car wash that I walked past, or he didn't seem to be going to any specific location. It just seemed like he was cruising around, and it creeped me out. It just creeped me out. I don't know. So, cautionary tale, I watch, I pay attention, I don't care. Maybe you had a good intention. Maybe you were just being nice. I don't know. But honestly, my own safety level is just so much more important to me than, like, being friendly. Because in the past, like, you never should take rides from people. And I know that. I 100% know that. But there were a couple times that maybe, I don't know, I sort of let my guard down a bit. And I accepted a ride from somebody that asked me if I wanted a ride. And it turned out to be okay, but you never know. And honestly, never again. Because I don't want to take a ride from anyone. And plus, if you're walking, like, it's kind of weird that they thought for you to be walking and then for somebody to assume that you need a ride feels a little weird, you know? Maybe they're being nice. I don't know. But it didn't feel nice. It felt creepy, crawly, weirdo. I go with my intuition, and that was weird. But I'm not going to let weirdos deter me from going places. Because just because you're a weirdo, I will keep my eyes out and about. And I also motioned towards my phone and I called somebody right after that happened. So I'm just saying, you want to be a weirdo? We're not going to stand for it. You know, like, people can walk, okay? They don't need to be... I could be wrong. Maybe this person had a good intention, but it didn't feel like a good intention. And when they said, hey, and then they came back around, that was creepy. But whatever. I don't think that they had any good intentions. I just don't. But that's just my opinion. And you should never take rides from people you don't know. And if you're walking, you're walking. Maybe, because honestly, if I didn't want to walk, I'd take Uber, right? There are other alternatives. I don't have to walk. I like to walk. I choose to walk. Obviously, I don't have to walk, I don't want to drive. But even if I didn't want to drive, there's other options. So, I'm just saying. I think that's kind of creepy when someone does that. Let's see. So, always be careful, people. Especially women. Just be careful. Like, watch... This is why, sometimes I have my phone out, but I keep it away for the most part because I'm looking around my surroundings. And that was weird. Whatever. Weird. Okay, let's see. So I'm reading the directions. says 2 tablespoons of water. I think I might just eyeball it. Open it. We want our other trays. Maybe these are the only ones I have. I'm trying to think. Think. What other trees do I have? Alrighties. Oh no. Do that. Okay. This tray's okay then. Put you back in. Did we use up the last of it? No, we did not. Oh man. Expires September 2024. This one is made 12. They're both made on the same day. Okay, let's add some lemon juice. Ooh, yum. Lemony. brush off the air fryer pan. I mean, give him a bath later, but I guess we'll just get him as cleansed as possible. Okay. So, okay. Lemony. Seeds out. Oh, got some seeds in there. Okay, so we're gonna just put a little bit of water. I usually would have used filtered water, but I didn't. I drank all my water earlier today, you know? It's like, because it tastes better to drink the filtered water, but if it's in a falafel mix, I couldn't care less. Let's see how much water we want for it. I might have to add more than this. I think it's not enough yet. Let's see how much lemon juice. Let's. I feel like I'm making henna or a cake. It could be either one. Henna or a cake. Henna or a cake, which one? Comment below. What do you prefer, henna or a cake? In the comments below, put henna or a cake. Okay? So, let's see. See, I'm using a whole bunch of falafel packets, so I definitely need more water than it says. It's just one. I don't want it too watery, but I definitely need it to start clumping up. Just sort of feel like I'm making henna. Not quite yet. Still too dry. Okay. Really well incorporated. They say to let it sit for 10 minutes. I feel like I want to just make sure it's really well mixed. So, make sure I'm not missing any bits of it. Oh. You feel this in your arms. Do you really need the gem? Or can you just make falafel? Or a cake or henna or something, you know? I don't think you need the gem. I don't anyway. I'm just like, the world's my gem. I'm going to let it sit for 10 minutes like they suggest. And while we do that, I'm going to make myself a little salad with all my salad trimmings. Yay. Excited. Okay. So, I'm going to pull a bowl out for my little salad. Let's see what else I need. I need some lettuce. Some nice lettuce. Well, it's actually cabbage, but you know what? All the same to me. It really is. Then I need some lovely tomato. Yummy, yummy. Back on that guy. And then I just want some of my green onion. Okay. I'll put the chives and lamb in there. Green onion. I still use my lemon. Back in the fridge, then onion back in the fridge. This is really good. That is yummy. It's so tasty. I love that. Okay. All right, so I think we're ready to go. Say. Okay, so we're gonna bake our falafel. So this isn't baking it. What we're doing is we're gonna kind of put it in the air fryer a little bit. There's that one. We'll see how many we can do in one round of baking in the air fryer. I feel like it's a little wet. Kind of helps to form the falafel balls better. I feel like maybe. I want it even. I don't want that hungry. Okay, so so we have that. Here we come. Okay, so be easier. Okay, so I mean, you could make smaller falafel balls if you want to. I just kind of like them more patty-ish, I think. Do you like to touch wet balls in the kitchen? So do you prefer falafel balls or do you prefer a falafel patty? It's hard to say, Sean. You, oh no, that one went overboard. He's the casualty of falafel. Okay. Give my hands a good wash this time because, yeah, making falafel balls, even if you have a mix, it's still a little bit of work. It doesn't like just put itself together. You still have to mix it up. But I think in the future I do want to try and make falafel from scratch. I really should do it. I have before. It's not that I've never made it from scratch. I've definitely made it from scratch before, but I need to scrape my falafel off the kitchen floor. casualties of falafel. Oh golly, I feel like my appetite's coming back in a really, really big way. Better watch out, because when your appetite rebounds like that, you're liable to eat a lot. Anyway, that's why I just eat when I'm hungry. Like, I'm not gonna, like, if I'm hungry, I'm gonna eat. If I'm not hungry, I'm not gonna wait. You know, I'm just so tired of all the rules. Like, there's so many rules about how people are supposed to eat, and what times of the day they're supposed to eat, and the portion that they're supposed to eat. And I'm like, oh my gosh, just eat healthy food and eat. Don't listen to all of that. Ready? That's 15 minutes. Alright, I'm just gonna eat the raw falafel that's in the bowl because it can't hurt you since it's not meat or egg or anything raw. I have some flour in it, but I eat raw flour sometimes. Having fun air frying falafel. Air frying falafel. reasons I started cleaning the kitchen with washcloths is, first off, I only use paper towels, not paper towels. Paper towels for major spills, and I guess I could use them. I do use them on the floor sometimes too. But then you have to rinse them like really good into the kitchen sink when you do that. Right. Oh. So yummy. I'm loving it so much. It's so tasty and so yummy. Tasty. This is really good. Ready? Air fryer countdown. Yay! We're done. It's very yummy. Okay. Welcome to the air fryer. Let's take out our tray. Yummy, yummies. I'm excited. Ooh, air fryer falafel looks delicious. I haven't tried this brand in the air fryer yet. I've made baba ganoush in the air fryer. I've made black bean burgers in the air fryer. But I hadn't made, I'm just going to stick them back there or something. So, I'm going to spatula. Get these guys off. Okay. Ooh. Nice and golden. Ooh. They are golden and delicious. Yummy, delicious, and golden. Put this over here. I think those are really, really beautiful falafel. Look at that. They're beautiful. Golden. And you didn't have to fry it, and there isn't oil going everywhere. It's just so much more convenient. I know people are like, oh, the air fryer. You don't need to deep fry. You just don't. Not in 2023. You don't. I know people think that they still have to deep fry, but you seriously don't really need to. Like, it's not really a necessity of life to deep fry food anymore. Like, not when we have, like, I mean, I guess you could have flipped these halfway through and they are even more golden. Top ones seem to be a little more golden, but they're still good. Wow. Okay, this one's stuck. tiny bit. That's okay. Not a problem. I think it's stuck frying. I think maybe that one got a little too, maybe too much moisture. I don't know what happened with that one, but try to get the remnants off so it's not stuck to the air fryer. Let's see. That's okay. That's not bad, guys. Like for an air fryer, I think he needs to wash because he got a little sticky. But guys, you know what? That's pretty cool. I like it. Wow. That's cool. It's probably too hot still. Oh my gosh. Look. They're nice and crispy, but not too crispy. I mean, you could have made them smaller. I could have made smaller, but I want to try. I have to try it. That's so good, guys. That's really good. That's just really good. That tastes so delicious. Wow. Hi, Casey. Yeah, it's really, really good. I highly, because look, okay, this one got super golden. I mean, I guess if you had done fewer of them, but look at that. They're so beautiful. I love it. They're so beautiful. Oh my gosh. Oh wow. It's so good. It is so good. It was so good. Anyway, thanks for watching.